Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late July 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Scorpio collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here, my guide, spirit team. Talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you have for Scorpio gang in late July 2025? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Scorpio. What's the vibe? What's the energy as we move in towards a Leo season? What's happening for my good friends? There we go. Nice and quick. Okay. Lead the way. This is a very take charge type of energy, which I don't think you will have much of a problem with. I feel like this is nice, actually. It's like, no, yeah, I'm getting control of this. I got this now. It's like, yeah, I'm just starting to hit my groove. So this can be good. I would say the only way it looks rough to me is if you're dealing with somebody that's like way too controlling, or like my way or the highway. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So lead the way. It doesn't come out often from this deck. And to me, I already mentioned it's a very take charge type of energy. It also gives me little hints and feelings of the Fool card, which to me, it's optimistic. It's bounding on to do something where it's like, yeah, let's get this going. Let's get this started. So there's great energy showing up here around anything new or fresh. So whether it's like new ways of being, new projects, new places you're putting your attention, this is a very good card for that. Now, again, if you're going through some difficult situations or things aren't quite going how you'd want them to go, this could be spirit saying like, hey, Scorpio, you might have more control than you think you do. You just got to get in there and grab the bull by its horns. So you take control of this. You guide this. You direct the boat wherever it's going to go on the sea. Now, again, for another portion of you, if you are dealing with a person that is like way overbearing, super controlling, always has to be their way or the highway, this can be a bit of a frustrating energy because it can have that little sense of feeling overbearing. But I feel like for most Scorpios, this is a really good thing. As long as you're not in a situation where it's like you have no say, okay? Because then that could be a bit of a frustrating pressure point. But we're just going to leave it at that. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card there, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Scorpio gang. What do we got? And yeah, while we get this shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled An Unexpected Situation. So even for like the short term, next couple of weeks, keep the head on a swivel, because I felt like, especially in this time as opposed to like recent times, like things could just pop up out of nowhere. And usually Scorpio energy is very good at seeing things before they happen or reading the tea leaves. So whenever I get an energy like that, I'm like, okay, like what the heck's happening that caught a Scorpio by surprise? So again, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Just know that in this time there could be random various stuff just popping on up. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So when we take this, how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Scorpio gang. What do we have here in late July? Thank you. Okay. Okay. That is a really, really good, promising start there, my friends. I don't want to get too optimistic just yet. But leading off with the 10 of Cups, whoa. All right, let's get a couple more. Let's get a couple more. Okay, Knight of Pentacles, I don't dislike it. It's a harmonious energy for Scorpio, that's for sure. It's a good pace. Let's get one more. Feels like divine timing for some of you. Ace of Swords. I'm really liking what I'm feeling here, Scorpio. I am. I think that this could potentially be a really good reading. But we're just going to have to see. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But yeah, first look, first glance, elementally, the elements we're seeing, we have water, earth, and air. Nice, even mixture. And that does break up a lot of what I've been seeing for a while now for Scorpio, where we've been getting a ton of fire. So the fact that we have water, that's the comfort zone for Scorpio. That's the realm of feelings and emotions and creativity, letting things flow. Then we have Earth, which is another complementary element for Scorpio, water, Earth. Lots of potential. That's a good mixture. The material world, work, business, stability. And then we have air, the intellect, the mind, the planning, the communication. So I think this is a nice mix I'm picking up here, Scorpio. I hope it stays as positive as I'm feeling it right now. Because you know how sometimes in a reading it could take a left, but so far we're looking okay. Let's build this out piece by piece and really dig into it. Position number one, we're starting with the Ten of Cups. As I mentioned, one of my favorite cards in the whole entire deck. This is like an all-star, right? This is a card of wins, victories, wish fulfillment, you name it. 10 full cups. I am happy. I am content. I'm feeling really great about this. That's the positive side of it. So it's like, yeah, this is great. Couldn't ask for much better. So again, whether it's work, business, or other areas of life, this is almost perfect type of energy. And I rarely ever say that. Now, this can also represent living situation, family. So you might have stuff like that on your mind, like family, where you live, property, stuff like that. The challenge with the Ten of Cups, because yes, even though it's very positive, it does still have challenge. It's a card that can be very emotionally intense. Notice 10 full cups. So listen, Scorpio, as part of Scorpio gang myself, I do know that we experience intense emotions at baseline. So like this energy shouldn't be too concerning for Scorpio because it's like, all right, well, I feel things intensely anyway. So like what's the difference? But yeah, the 10 full cups could just feel like a lot. So we'll see. I'm not necessarily feeling that right now. This could just be that win we're already looking at. So as we move further, we're going to place this 10 of cups right back down there by the amethyst, and it could chill out. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Beautiful. Now, this does link to Earth sign energy. A lot of readers just give it to Taurus. I give it to all the Earth signs, so Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And knights represent action. They represent movement. They can also be messengers. So we do have like this little sub theme of communication showing up in the reading this week, which can be good. But the Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady. Like it's not too fast. It is pretty slow. That's the one thing. So it's like something that's a slow climb, a slow build, something that gets better over time, where it's like you need to actually build this up. And that's not a bad thing for Scorpio, right? Slow and steady wins the race sometimes. So I do like the aspect of this, but at the same time, the Knight of Pentacles in its challenge can represent something that's stuck. Doesn't seem like it's changing, doesn't seem like it's moving. It seems pretty set in its ways. So we're going to want to look further into this one in particular because we have such a great energy here. Either it's something you've been working towards for a long time, or it's been a slow build, or this energy, hopefully it's not getting in the way. I'm not going to put that out there. The Knight of Pentacles can be good, and it can be a conversation or a message coming in. Now, moving to the back end, we have the Ace of Swords, the beautiful Sword of Truth. Love it. And I always say I love all aces. They represent offers, they represent opportunities. Again, it's fresh, it's new, similar to what I was saying about that Oracle card giving me those Fool vibes. So it's a great energy. The Sword of Truth is extremely intellectual. It is very smart, it is very sharp. It sees things clearly, it sees the honesty, the truth for what it is. It speaks its mind, it says what's on its mind. The challenge with this card is that sometimes it could cut things off a little too quick, cut things off prematurely. Sometimes this card could be a little too sharp, a little too serious. Sometimes with its words, it could be hurtful, even if it's not trying to be. So it's a double edged sword, literally. So I think this card can be great. There is a lot of communication going on between the Knight and the Ace of Swords, which is a good thing to me. Another challenge with any ace, specifically the Ace of Swords, is that it could be fleeting. This isn't a guarantee. So it's like, all right, this energy, it has potential, but it's not guaranteed just yet. So don't count your chickens before they hatch. But I'm feeling optimistic here, Scorpio. I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Let's get a good shuffle here for Scorpio gang, please. What is happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that 10 of Cups. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to get to Scorpio, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, let's get this going. Why is that 10 of Cups here? There's the 10 of Cups here for Scorpio. Thank you. I mean, even better. Even better. So we have the High Priestess in reverse underneath this, and I do link this to all water signs. Usually people give the High Priestess to Pisces, but I give it to Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. She is a card of mystery. She's a card of intuition. And similar to like what I saw last week where we had an unexpected situation, when I see her in reverse, it's something coming in out of nowhere. It's something popping in out of the blue. So to me, this is like a surprising winner victory where it's like, okay, I didn't see that coming, but I like it. I didn't see that coming, but I'll take it. It's like a win that you weren't planning for, which is total opposite of what I was feeling with this night, where it was a slow build. So I'll take that all day. I'll claim that type of energy all day. Um, the High Priestess is about intuition, right? She is the matron of psychics, intuitives, tarot readers, and she usually has very strong gut feelings. She has a lot of information, she has a lot of knowing, but she is very quiet. When she shows up in reverse, it's like something that just boop pops up out of nowhere. So I think this is a very claimable energy here in the front. There could either be one, something that goes way better than you expect it to go, or just a win or victory that's boop surprising just out of nowhere, which I think is great. So there is a lot of good energetic potential for Scorpio, even for cross watchers. If you're watching this for Scorpio, this could go bode well for your situation potentially. But let's see what's up with the Knight of Pentacles. We're not going to over talk that. It is what it is. Let's see what the Knight of Pentacles has for us. We're just going to keep this moving right along, my good friends. So why is that Knight of Pentacles here, please? Okay. Okay. But there's a catch. It's like giving me one of those. It's like, no, yeah, no, that's great, but it's like there's a catch to it for some reason. Oh, okay. Read the fine print, okay? And I know Scorpios are very detail oriented. Um, even whether it's good, bad, or indifferent things, Scorpios are usually very good at seeing the details or seeing the motives behind things. And when I see the Knight of Pentacles with the King of Wands in reverse, it's like, oh, you could have this, but wait, but first you need to do this. Or yeah, this is going to happen, but first this needs to happen. Like to me, it feels like there's a but or a catch here. So I would say absolutely be a little cautious. Doesn't mean that this beautiful, great, surprising victory energy is not going to happen. It just feels like there's a couple extra details that you want to look at first before you fully welcome this energy in. That's just how it feels. Now, the King of Wands is fire sign energy. We have a lot of the zodiac out here. I'm not going to like break it down simply. But usually he's in control. He's an action-oriented card. He's moving things along. Notice he's in reverse under the Knight of Pentacles. But it's like, but wait, not quite yet, Scorpio. You can have this, or you're going to get this. But first, it's just screaming that to me for some reason. So watch out for anything that has a catch, or red tape, or fine print. I'm not saying it's a scam or anything like that. I just feel like there's something attached. Like there's more than you might bargain for. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. That's so peculiar the way that came through. Because usually when I get wins and victories, it's like straightforward, cut and dry. Like, yeah, I got it. It's mine. Thank you very much. See you later. This one, not so much. It's like, yeah, wow, that's awesome. That's great. I love it. But first, this needs to happen. What? Well, let's see what's up with the Ace of Swords. I don't know why that catch is there. Maybe that's part of the surprise of it, right? Or the unexpected. So let's see what that ace. And then the moon. Okay. Another shrouded card here, my friends. So big Pisces energy again. Some people also link that to Cancer. So we do have a lot of water showing up here. Now, the moon to me is not always a bad thing. I know there's some readers that when they see the moon, they get all freaked out. The moon is just very subtle. So I feel like in this time, a subtle approach is best. So if this does all play out the way I'm seeing, I think be observational. Um, I don't want to say play stupid or play dumb. I don't like saying things like that. But when I see the Ace of Swords with the moon, it's like, all right, well, don't tell them how much you know, or don't tell them how much information you already have. There's like something here about withholding information. It's just super, super peculiar the way this is all showing up. Now, for some Scorpios, this can also just represent, you know what, I see through it. I see, I would know if this was real or not. I know if this is fake or not. Like when I see the Ace of Swords and the moon, the sword of truth cuts through all illusion. So there is that energy here where it's like, oh, yeah, well, I know, I saw it coming. I knew that was the case, but I did it anyway. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. But I also have this energy of withholding your knowledge for some reason, or withholding that you knew something. It's so peculiar the way this energy is showing up. I do still feel this win. I do still feel this victory, and I don't think it's like all a scam or anything like that. But to me, it just feels like um, there's a catch, there's fine print, but I think you're going to be okay. I think you're going to like it regardless. But this Ace of Swords moon, it's like I'm cutting through all of it. Now, for some of you, if you don't want the catch, this energy could just be like, no, too much for me. Screw that. Not even dealing with it. There's a catch. I don't want it. Some of you could take that route for sure. But for others, it's like, yeah, I'll play along. I'll play along here. It's like giving me that kind of energy. Let's go through and do a quick little recap and we'll get into the show. I love doing Scorpio readings. I always get interesting stuff like that where all is not what it seems. But position number one, we have the Ten of Cups with the High Priestess in reverse. Two of the biggest cards of mystery, biggest card of truth. So it's like we have these clashing energies at play. But this first alignment looks awesome to me. So at first glance, it's like, yeah, it's surprising winner victory. Beautiful. Give it to me. I'll take it. Love it. Claim it. Awesome. Not much else to say there. It's just something that comes in out of nowhere and looks perfect. Moving to the middle, we have the Knight of Pentacles with the King of Wands in reverse. So, but wait, there's more. Or wait, there's a catch. Read the fine print because there might be more attached than you think there is. That's just how the energy shows up to me. On to the back end, we have the Ace of Swords with the Moon. So for some of you, this could be a deal breaker where it's like, okay, well, I thought it was this, but now you're saying this is involved too. No thanks. Screw that. Some of you could just take that approach. But I also see some Scorpios like withholding information, like playing along kind of, or just holding back what they know. So do with that what you will. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Love it. Most unique reading this week for sure. But let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge, they could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Let's get it going here. What do we have in the shadows? We had a lot of shadows in this reading. Empress. Yeah, so Taurus, Libra energy showing up here in the shadows. I normally like this card in the shadows because when I see the Empress, I think of blessings and abundance, really beautiful, sturdy, stable stuff, which is nice. And that's the one thing I really do like about it. But the shadow side of the Empress sometimes could be an energy that's like a little too restrictive, or it's an energy that it's like a wet blanket of some kind. So watch out for any people that are like restricting you in any kind of way. Watch out, like make sure you have freedom and autonomy in this time, especially with the shadow side of this Empress, because this card can, I don't want to say manipulate, but it can control. So that's something to be aware of here. Now, yes, this can be really good, just like this energy we see here up front. So for some Scorpios, this could be a blessing coming in that you don't even see it coming, especially with this being in the shadow. But I would most definitely watch out for any energy that tries to control your moves, control your actions, or anything that just feels like a wet blanket, where it's like, oh, well, whenever I'm happy, whenever something good comes in, this energy dumps a bucket of ice water on my head. It's just odd how the energy's showing up. So there's some peculiar stuff this week, Scorpio. So it looks like we're going to have an interesting week. So we're going to put that down right there, my beautiful friends. That's what I have for you. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the July subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you could book a personal reading with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. My digital calendar's over there, so you could go check out availability. But for the July subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the Tarot of the Owls. It's beautiful, it's unique, and it definitely fits the season. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, for all the uses that tarot has to offer, which do you think is best? Do you like using it for love situations, personal, financial, business, you name it? You put it in the comments, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.